What it is, folks, it's your homeboy First, back again with another episode of the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on something. Glad to be here with y'all for episode 235 of Put It On Something. Okay. Please make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, that like button, hit that share button, put all your people on it. And make sure if you're done watching this, go watch plenty more videos on the channel. You feel me? The illustrious Jackson State University was able to blank the historic Tuskegee University by a score of 30-0 on yesterday. You understand? As we should have. Okay? We are the reigning and defending hbcu national champions. You feel me? Tuskegee is a Division II opponent. You know what I'm talking about? And even though we had a lot of guys out for this game, we got a chance to show our depth, and we were still dominant, particularly defensively, and of course in the running game. So with all that said, I think it is only right. I think it is only proper. I do believe it is only fitting that I strike up the motherfucking band. Let's go. Shout out to the Boom. We're going to talk about them a little more later on. You feel me? But let's go ahead and get into first 5 takeaways from Jackson State versus Tuskegee. All right. Number one. If we don't correct these damn penalties, it may be our demise. That's all I can see that can stop us in conference play. Okay? We got the offense. Our rushing attack is incredible. Okay? It really is. We got the offense. We got the defense. Defense has played well in all 3 games. We're going to talk more about that momentarily. Special teams had some hiccups in the Southern Miss game, with the block punt and everything like that. Had a hiccup yesterday. The returner didn't feel the ball, didn't feel the punt, and ended up going down to the 1. We downed. Tuskegee downed it on the 1. Coach Taylor snapped on him. Coach Devancy snapped on him. You know what I'm talking about? But I think overall we're gonna be fine with our special team. G Baby missed a 47-yarder. Well, again, I think overall we're gonna be fine with special teams. These damn penalties, though. These penalties. That's been 3 straight games. 3 straight games of the same shit. Now, in this game, we ended up with another 10 penalties. Another 10. Okay? And I called myself trying to goddamn keep up with them. But they were coming so goddamn frequently that it was hard to. Okay? There was a big pass in the first quarter, that is. In the first quarter, there was a big pass to Gardner that was negated by a hold. Hell, that was preceded by a hold on a run. We had another hold on the scramble. We had the delay of game penalty. That was all in the first quarter. You understand? Then in the second quarter, we had a late hit on special teams, false start, another hold. God damn it, that's 7 penalties. In the first half, we had the same amount of penalties as Tuskegee had for the whole damn game. And that's just my count. It may have been more than that. And then in the second half, we had some other ones as well, including the real big one in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm talking about? Not big in terms of the outcome of the game or nothing like that. You know what I'm talking about? It was big for me because I was hoping we were going to reach 40. You know what I'm talking about? That JSU by 40. And so I was looking like, damn, we got to score here. Then we got to get a field goal. You know what I'm saying? When we were in the red zone, got a holding penalty, fucked up the whole drive. Penalties are big time drive killers. You understand? And so we ended up getting pushed back, and Beza ended up having to attempt a 47-yarder, and he missed that one. Had plenty of leg on it. You know, somebody just missed it. So we got to fix that shit. And I know I ain't saying nothing that we don't know. God damn it, Coach Taylor been saying this in every goddamn press conference. But I'm going to go back to some of my partner, Anthony Carlisle, the best high school basketball coach in the state of Mississippi, once said. Now, I don't think he coined this. I think he heard it somewhere. But hearing it from him was the first time I had heard it. Okay. When he was talking about us and our boys. He said, either I'm coaching it that way or I'm condoning it. Either I'm coaching it that way or I'm condoning it. And I know I'm not coaching it that way. That's real shit. That's real shit. We knew we were teaching our boys all the right shit to do. Okay? Again, old basketball coaches. We knew we were teaching our boys the right shit to do. We had something for everything. Your ass run zone, we got zone killers. Your ass run man, we got plays that's gonna make you look stupid. Okay, we can exploit everything. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, you want to press? You want to run a zone press? Oh, we finna eat on the other end. We finna get a layup. Oh, you want to go a man press? Oh, we got something for that. We practice this thoroughly. We got something for everything. You know what I'm saying? We taught the intricacies of the game. Finishing with your right, finishing with your left, boxing out, taking charges. We were having a top-ranked team in the state do basic-ass passing drills, basic-ass ball handling drills. That's how tedious we were with everything. So we knew we weren't coaching it like that. And I know goddamn well the great coaches we got at Jackson State University ain't coaching it like that for these boys to be doing the shit they doing. So then, as coaches, you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, am I condoning this shit? Am I allowing these boys to do this shit that I know I have taught them not to do without there being any kind of consequence? Whether it be, hey, in basketball, we would say that pine get your mind right. We would say two things, actually. That pine get your mind right, you mean sit your ass on that bench, or that line get your mind right. Put your ass on that line, and we finna run some suicide, we're finna run some down and backs, you know what I'm talking about? One of the two gonna get your motherfucking mind right. You feel me? Now in football, you have that option of the pine. I know I hear a lot of football coaches talk about motherfuckers having to do up downs, gassers, running stadium stairs, bear crawls. I don't know. But whatever is going on with these penalties, either we're coaching it that way, which I highly doubt that, or we're condoning it. So with this bye week, we got some time for some shit to get corrected, for some minds to get right. Okay? Because we can't keep coming to the goddamn press conference saying, this is not who we are. We expect discipline. We preach this. We talked about this. I've been there, coaches. I've been there. Them boys go out there and do some shit. Folks in the stand be like, what are you doing? You ain't teaching them boys. And goddamn well, you done taught them. You done taught them. Now, you may have to show their young asses. Sit their ass down. Put them in them bleachers. Put them in run that stadium. Run some heels. Whatever y'all shit is. We gotta stop these damn penalties. We gotta stop. Otherwise, when it's crunch time, it's in November, December, when we gotta have it absolutely, that shit could be our downfall. All right? So we gotta fix that. All right, that's one. I've been telling y'all to visit kingmcneal.com for the longest now, but y'all thought it was a game. Check this out. I told you, if you a D9 member, they got you. Take a look at the inventory. Y'all see everybody is represented right here. And they got something new for y'all too. They got a collegiate collection. Let's check this out. Now, some of these haven't been stocked yet, but they do have the license for all of these institutions that you see right here. All right. And if you're wondering why Jackson State University isn't listed, don't blame King McNeal. They've applied. But let's check out what they got over there for A&M. Let's just see. Come on, dog. If you got somebody in your life who's a real one over there down with A&M, you might well go ahead and buy something for them. Look at that. Ain't that hard? That's hard right there. That's hard right there. And they got this kind of stuff either right now for all those institutions I just showed you, or they got it on the way. So shop with the King McNeal collection. And as I always say, just tell them first sent you. Number 2, there should be no quarterback controversy, y'all. There should be no QB controversy now. Please don't start this. Okay? Please don't start this. The young King Lockhart looked good yesterday overall, particularly because he's a true freshman. Okay? Connected on some deep balls. Okay? Scrambled pretty nicely. Played through some pain. He got dinged up a little bit, came back. Okay. I saw my dog Zoe on the way out. Shout out to Zoe Phillips. Make sure y'all subscribe to Zone Coverage. You know what I'm talking about. Support the home team. Saw him afterwards, and he was just talking to him about the young king, asked me my opinion on him. I told him, yeah, he gonna be cold. He gonna be cold. And Zoe was just talking about how quickly the young man processes information. You feel me? And it did look that way. It looked like he was going through reads and shit. Okay. This is why I say there shouldn't be a QB controversy, though. That young brother got to start against Tuskegee again, Division II opponent with the reigning HBCU national champions, as I mentioned previously, and y'all know that, of course. That's not the same level of opponent that you're judging Jacobian against. Jacobian played Hampton and Southern Miss. Okay? I'm not saying Lockhart wouldn't have been able to do some of the same things he did yesterday against Hampton or Southern Miss. I'm just saying we did not see that. I have no evidence of that. I can project that all I want, but it's hard to judge them appropriately because the caliber of opponent was drastically different. Your last time seeing Jacobian was against the hardest opponent that we're going to face all year in Southern Miss. Your first time seeing Lockhart is against probably the easiest opponent we gonna face all year. So please, let's not do this. Let's not do this. All right. We held out a lot of guys. Okay, taking precautionary measures. And Jacobian was one of those guys we held out. Okay. Now, if at some point a change is made based on what our coaches are seeing in practice and on film, I'm going to support the coaches. Again, they're in those locker rooms. They're watching that goddamn tape. They're doing the work. Okay. And I trust those brothers. I should. Not because I know them, not because I'm an insider, not because I had a couple of cats on here for interviews. Just because, again, I used to be a coach, and I would hope that motherfuckers would trust the coaches who are doing the work if the coaches prove themselves to be good, which coming off a national championship, yeah. You feel me? That's another reason why in my first takeaway, I'm like, I know they ain't coaching these boys to be out here holding and false starting and some of this dumb shit that we've been doing. I know they're not coaching it that way. You know what I'm saying? We got a good coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? So if they thought Lockhart should have been the goddamn starter, day one starter, I think he would have been the day one starter. You feel me? It's kind of like last year. Remember when McCoy? I think McCoy went hard against whatever our D2 opponent was last year. Showed his ass. And people were like, see, I told you so, I told you. The opponent was different. You saw Jacobian against ULM last year and were trying to judge that shit against McCoy against, I think, Lane or somebody. Come on, man. So let's not do this, okay? Lockhart looks like he or Stouffer, okay? I don't want to write off Stouffer just because of that pick at Southern Miss. Again, I think Coach TC agreed. They probably shouldn't call that pass play. Probably should have called some kind of safe run, or even if they're going to pass it, maybe throw a little screen or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? So I ain't going to write off Stouffer, okay? Because he scored yesterday on a read option, okay? Shout out to the young man. But it seems like we're going to be okay at quarterback going forward, okay? But for right now, until our coach staff tells me otherwise, I'm riding with the general. And not just because I'm from Canton, God damn it. I don't know if anybody has said that, but I got common sense enough to know that a motherfucker might think that. Okay? It ain't because of that. All right? It's because of me trusting our coaches. Okay? So it shouldn't be a quarterback controversy. But shout out to the young King Lockhart. You had a great day yesterday. Oh, before I move on, I do want to mention that pick now. I did notice that pick in the red zone. We can't have red zone interceptions. Okay. However, them motherfuckers got away with a hold on that. When that wide receiver came out of that break, Tuskegee was holding that main jersey. Now, it seemed like Lockhart was late with throwing the ball. You know what I'm talking about? And so, again, you can't have red zone picks. Just can't do it, okay? But they did get away with one on that one. You know what I'm talking about? But overall, again, for a true freshman coming out there first start, you look good, young king. All right, that's 2. Number 3, through 3 games, our defense is trending towards what Coach Quinn wants it to be. If you recall, Coach Quinn told me this. So what should we expect from you and your defense going into year 2 of you at DC?
Number one in the nation. Number one in the nation. By far.
Again, through 3 games, I can't be mad at them for real about nothing really. Okay, in that first game, they had that explosive run on that 4th and 1. The quarterback got loose and got down there. And then I think the other score came after a bogus ass PI or something like that. Came after some bogus shit, and then they scored on the next play, something like that. No, we held Hampton to 14. Southern Miss. It wasn't like we just got ran through. It wasn't embarrassing or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Not overall. It really wasn't. You feel me? And that young king, Mr. Ivory, played lights out in those first 2 games. You feel me? And then in this Tuskegee game, we hung a goose egg. Shout out to my high school teammate, Moses Smith. Shout out to Moses. Because Moses was calling for that goose egg, goddammit. All right. If you're down with Jack State University and you sit on the home side, you know about Moses. You can't miss Moses. But I feel good about our defense. And, as we get into this real shit, you know what I'm talking about? Going to Southern and going forward. I feel good. I really do. All right. And I like this kind of football anyway. Play great defense, run the football. I love it. I know some of us are wanting this high flying, throw that bitch around the yard, light up the scoreboard. Okay, we ain't got to do that. We can just play good defense and run the football, control time of possession. That's sexy too. Huh? You don't think that's sexy? That's sexy. Because it's winning football. Winning isn't sexy. Come on, baby. Come on. Shout out to the defense. All right. That's 3. Number 4. We have some young players who will be great for us in the future. Okay. Not only Mr. Lockhart. In the post-game presser, Coach T.C. Taylor said that we had 10 true freshmen play for us yesterday. In a game that we won 30-0, we had 10 true freshmen who played for us. Okay? Because again, I mentioned Jacobian not playing, but Jeremiah didn't play. Jonas didn't play. A slew of guys did not play. You feel me? But we were able to do what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to blank Tuskegee. You know what I'm talking about? And we were supposed to put up points. Scored 30 points. We gave up none. All right. So the future is bright for us. But I will say this. 2 things, actually. We'll say this, 2 things. Number 1, you players, this to be good now. You young players who are showing this promise, you clearly showed that you're talented. I want you to know what you're a part of now. Okay? But you know what you're a part of. You could have gone to a lesser team and been starting probably. You really could. Okay? But your ass would have been on some trash. Okay? So do you want to be a star on a trash-ass team, or do you want to be a star in your role on a great team? Only you can make that decision now. Only you can make that decision. So I want you to think about that. All right? Because as this year rolls on, your ass might be thinking, oh, maybe I should have gone somewhere because I ain't getting enough snaps. I ain't getting enough targets. I ain't getting enough carries. This ain't. Think about that now. You could be a star on a trash-ass team. And maybe that's, what works for you. But I know you made the right choice. Okay? Be a part of greatness. Embrace being a part of greatness. Okay? And be a star in your role on this great ass team. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Number 2, though, as it comes to our depth, this to the fan base. Again, you need to join the KC 1400 collective now, because we got to retain this shit. We got to retain it. And how you retain it? You gotta pay. It's the name of the game. Okay? So if you got excited by the young talent you saw out there the other day, you got to remember somebody else is watching that tape too. Somebody else is saying, oh, Jackson got some studs over there, but they ain't getting that many snaps. Maybe I can go, work my way in there and try to snake them, try to, poach them. So if we want to keep this depth that we got, that we need, especially in the game of football, it's so damn violent, gotta have depth because it gotta be next man up. We want to keep it. We gotta have the bread. Your ass need to join the KC 1400 Collective. Shout out to them boys over there. Okay. But that's number 4. And number 5. I want to shout out my beloved wife. Told y'all that game was gonna be rough for me. Thank y'all to those who watched my pregame speech about Jackson State Tuskegee. I didn't have my usual gusto with that speech because it was just very emotional. You feel me? But my wife did probably the sweetest thing she's ever done for me. Remember I told you I wanted to honor my mom in some kind of way. And so my wife had these made. I don't know if y'all can see that. Okay. And we wore these at the game in honor of my mama. Okay. And it felt so good, man. It really did. It kind of made me feel like my mom was still there with me. It felt like my mama had a chance to watch the game. So when especially when the bands performed at halftime, see, my mama played in the band at Rogers High School in Canton, Mississippi. They no longer call it Rogers High School, just Canton High School now. But before integration, black folks went to Rogers High School. And my mama played the clarinet there. Okay. Still had a clarinet when I was little. She also had one of those batons and shit that the twirlers would have. So my mom was a band girl. So she loved the band. You know what I'm talking about? And so when Tuskegee's band was out there, I just started touching this thing right here and, asking her, did she see it? And of course, when the Boom came out there and did their thing, I did the same thing, just asking her, did she see it? And both bands were incredible. They really were. And that felt so good to be able to feel like my mom was there with me, watching everything. You know what I'm talking about? So I thank God for my wife for doing this for me. You feel me? It's not always the big shit people do for you, y'all. Okay? You want your spouse to buy your ass big fancy car and diamond rings and suck on you every night, lick on you every night. It ain't always about all of that, even though ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But these little things, man, that shows that a person really cares, that shows that a person really gets you, that shit goes a long way. That shit leads to all that other stuff that I just spoke of. Okay? So shout out to my little boo thing for holding me down. But that's my 5 takeaways, y'all, from Jackson State's 30-0 victory over Tuskegee. Put it on some. I appreciate you watching. I think you'll enjoy these other videos too. So check them out now.